All right, man. We got breaking news, man. I hate to break this one to y'all. Brandon Graham, as you see in the thumbnail, I wanted to make something cool, clown the Rams a little bit, but Brandon Graham is out for the season. Out for the season. We got to win this for him. But let me go ahead and play this clip. Brandon Graham looks sad. Make a grown man want to cry, but we going to go ahead and play this clip.
Not for real. What do you mean? I'm out for the rest of the year. For real.
No, you're not.
Right here.
Yes. What happened? What happened?
Tore my tricep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got chipped. Got hit in my elbow. Tore my tricep. But man, hey, running back came and chipped me right here on my arm. And I thought it was just, because I was been dealing with my tricep anyway, just from just from pushing people. You get a little tendonitis. But this time it was different. It hit me. It stung a little longer, and then when they tried to examine me, I knew someone right. And he told me, and I just tried to process it out there, and then ended up leaving off. I called my wife and just let her know the news. And, kids crying, but look, at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. No sense of crying about it. Just got to know that I put everything into it. It hurt, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna be better from it.
We got to win this one, man. We got to do it for Graham. Do it for Graham, man. Now, we're going to talk about the long-term effects or, what do we need to do now we thin that defensive end. That's another talk for another time. This is a Brandon Graham segment. But, again, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Man, oh, man, Brandon Graham. This is Eagle Al, and today, Eagles, we ran all over the Rams, but let's get straight into it. I mean, what can I say? Dominant fashion. We did what we were supposed to do. Rams were a 5-5 team. The Eagles were the better team. I get it. The Rams was on this win streak. They look good, etc., etc. What did I tell y'all through the week? Even without Smitty, we can win this game. It's simple. We are better than the Rams. We got more talent. I believe our coaching is better. I know they got Sean McVay, and McVay can do this and do that, which he was scheming up some good plays, but we were just simply better than them. Now, the negative on our side is we still started a little slow for whatever reason. And two, I didn't really like Kellen Moore play calling from time to time. But other than that, flawless game. I mean, let's start with the offensive side of the ball. I know you guys think I'm going to start with Saquon Barkley, but I have to start with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I know a lot of you guys not going to like this verbiage, but he managed the game. He didn't turn it over. He made smart plays. Again, some of the play calling was iffy. I didn't like the QB draws, so that's not really on Jalen Hurts. But he didn't put the ball in harm's way, and he made it damn near impossible for the Rams to win this game. So shout out to him. Number two, or a lot of people would say number one, is Saquon Barkley. Well, over 300 plus scrimmage yards. I mean, he broke the game wide open. They couldn't guard him. He was perfect in the screen game. He was perfect running the ball. I think he averaged like 10 to 11 yards per carry. So every time he touched the ball, it was a guarantee, basically 10 or 11 plus yards. Utterly insane. Insane. The Giants got to feel stupid for letting him go. Like, if the Giants were thinking about getting rid of him, they should have traded him. But he's a Philadelphia Eagle. He's doing this thing. He even said he's having the most fun in his career. And look, we're going to hear the haters. Jalen Hurts ain't nothing without Saquon. Jalen Hurts ain't nothing without AJ or whatever. You know what you got to say? I don't care. If Saquon Barkley run us to a Super Bowl and we win, and Jalen Hurts throw for 100 plus yards or whatever, I don't care. I'm an Eagles fan. Yes, I think Jalen Hurts has value to the team. But the thing is, that's going to be the guy they attack all week. They're going to attack Jalen Hurts, or what can he do, or What is he not doing, et cetera, et cetera? Or you gonna have a Colt McCoy saying he's not special. What is he doing? What Jalen Hurts is doing is letting that defense dominate because he's not giving the ball to the other team. He's feeding Saquon, he's feeding AJ, and of course when Smitty come back, he's going to feed him. He's feeding the guys that's supposed to be fed, and they doing one hell of a job. Like AJ Brown had what 6, 7 catches and still went for 100 plus yards. Saquon had 300 himself. AJ still had 100. Dallas Goddard was catching the ball here and there. I like how we tried to get Jahad Dotson involved. We tried to get other receivers involved. They just really couldn't get involved for whatever reason. They were not getting open. But AJ, man, it was it was only for so long you could hold them down, right? And it smooth 100 yards, just very smooth. Like you got to go into the box score like, oh, AJ got 100 yards. Yes, he did, and a touchdown. I like how our reserves came in, like Kenneth Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell deserves some love for sure. That touchdown, and that's all we want to see from Kenneth Gainwell. We don't want to see the drives just stall when he come in. Like it just look bad. It's like when you come in, of course you're not going to be Saquon Barkley, but at least make some plays, keep it going, and that's what he did. Kenneth Gainwell, another good game, another good game, and man, that offensive line. If I had to rank it, I probably got to put the offensive line just in general number one. The offensive line, pass blocking, run blocking, they were great. I mean, I seen Verse. We all seen him. He can play ball. I seen him put Mulatto on his back. I seen Mulatto put him on his back. But for a rookie to play like that, I can't lie. Verse is the real deal. He might get rookie of the year. I thought Quinyon Mitchell had a really good game. I mean, Matthew Stafford wasn't even throwing his way. Then, unfortunately, a garbage time touchdown happened. That sucks for Quinyon, but it is what it is. But Verse is really good. I mean, I didn't see him a lot this year because, of course, I'm watching the Eagles mainly. Then I watched like the NFC East games. I try to catch as much as I can, especially with Red Zone. But now I just got to watch this full game. Like, oh yeah, Verse is the real deal. Now he was getting his pressures against Lane Johnson and against Jordan Mailata. Gotta give him his flowers. He's a great player, but overall the offensive line was great against a defensive line that's top 5 in pressures. They did a really good job, a really good job. So shout out to the offensive line. Again, the stars 8. Jalen Hurts, if it was passing, it was running, he did his thing. AJ 8 and Saquon 8. And we know when Smitty come back, he's going to eat. He's going to eat. So we did what we were supposed to do on the offensive side. I mean, defensive side. What can I say? The first quarter was like, okay, maybe Vic Fangio was figured out. And Sean McVay was having his way in the first quarter. But they still only had 7 points. He was having his way. I think they had like 119 yards running the ball, gashing us. I'm like, oh man, this gonna be the game. He might be outsmarted by Sean McVay. Second quarter, total yards -6 yards. I'm like, oh yeah, the defense is picking it up. It's over. The defense is starting to hold his own. N'Kobe Dean get a sack, and y'all gotta salute me, man. I said Milton Williams is the real deal. And I know most of his sacks were set up because of Jalen Carter. I get it. But when Milton Williams was one-on-one with them guards, 3 sacks today. Milton Williams, that's my guy. 3 sacks. 3. Brandon Graham. Hopefully he's good. I know he was out with an elbow injury. Played phenomenal. Josh Sweat got 7, 8 sacks in a year already. Balling out of his mind. Nolan Smith, I don't believe he got a sack, but he was getting pressures. Jaylus Hunt looked pretty good in the pass rush. I think he needs to work on stopping the run just a little more, which is fine. He a rookie, trying to figure it out. But he was great. I mean, but man, oh man, Milton Williams. Milton Williams, if Saquon did not have the game he had, I would say Milton Williams had the best game overall, but Saquon was just, oh my God. But Milton Williams, man, oh man, man, oh man. Secondary, Cooper DeJean, balling out of his mind. Cooper DeJean looked like the best corner out there. He looked really good. He was tested, and he did a good job. I'm not trying to harp on Rodgers and Slay too much. Slay did, he wasn't that great today, which is fine. You're going up against Puka Nakua, who's what top 10 wide receiver in this league, and they seemed like they was going at Slay, and then when Rodgers came in, they started going at him, and I think there were some bad PI calls for sure. The refs were calling some BS, but we were so dominant, it didn't even matter. We were not going to let the refs decide this game. Okay, refs, you want to give away free points? We're just going to keep scoring. And then the Rams just couldn't keep up. Just simple as that. The PI call on Slay, the PI call on Rodgers was utterly insane. Then I seen some penalty on Landon Dickerson. He pushed Verse, and they said that was like unnecessary roughness. I don't know. The refs was on some BS this game, but back to the defense. The defense was great. They held them to in the teens most, all game basically, but the garbage time points, whatever. But again, the defense, again, another dominant game. Just another dominant game, forcing fumbles. Speaking of the refs, they almost gave an obvious fumble back to the Rams. If Nick Sirianni didn't throw that challenge flag, I mean, it was obvious. I would rather them call it a fumble because, when the turnovers happen, they got to automatically review it anyway. But, like, come on, man. The dude clearly fumbled. It was a clear recovery. And then they almost gave the ball back to the Rams. Like, that would have been some BS, but we got the ball, got 3 points out of that. So, again, this defense, this wasn't no Browns, this wasn't no Cowboys or anything like that. This defense is for real. They are for real. We shut down this quote unquote Washington offense. Now Washington just completely figured out at this point. They lost to the Cowboys, but our defense shut them down. They're like, well, that's a rookie quarterback. Our defense shut the Rams down. Let's see what they say as the week go on about that. But we told y'all, man, the defense is really good. And I can't forget about C.J. Gardner-Johnson. C.J. Gardner-Johnson has been getting clowned all year. All year. Oh, he's missing tackles. He's not that good. Oh, he fell off, etc., etc. He forcing fumbles out there. He making big hits. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's been playing at a high level. He's been laying low. He haven't been talking his talk except on the field. But C.J. Gardner-Johnson has been playing some really good football. Really good football. And it can't be ignored. Give C.J. Gardner-Johnson his flowers. Y'all told me he fell off and can't hit anymore. That's a lie. That is a lie. So, again, shout out to C.J. Gardner-Johnson. But I think that's all I got as far as what the reaction, of course, through the week. I will get breakdown after breakdown after breakdown. But overall, great Sunday. Washington lost, so that pushed them further back. I wanted the Lions to lose, but coach just couldn't score any touchdowns. But it is what it is. Eagles, it's us and the Lions. It's us and the Lions, and I think we the better team. I think we the better team, but hopefully, we get to that point. And that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel after this game? Complete domination. I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFL. Not the NFC, not the NFC East. I think the NFL. But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm out.